very nice. How's everybody doing today? Not a single person used a real word in response.
Good, because we're seeing you.
Good, because you're seeing me. See there, now that's an answer. I like you, kid. All right, now the moment's over. The kid took all the limelight. All right, today we are going to start our story time with a wonderful and personal favorite story of mine. Does everyone here love stories?
Yes!
Ooh, that's great. Shout out the name of your favorite story. Deadpool and Wolverine. Real creative, everybody. All right, whatever. Now we're just going to do the one that's scheduled. All right, this story is full of action. There it is. Romance. And we already own the rights to it, so Disney can't be sued. That's right. This story is Beautypool and the Wolverbeast. You cheered a little louder for that second part. I can't help but be a little hurt. That's fine. I don't really care what you think. All right. Thank you. Once upon a time, you know, it just doesn't feel right when I do that by myself. We should all say those magical words together. Ready? Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I'm not going to have you do that anymore. All right, once upon a time, I was walking along, captivated by my favorite book, the autobiography of Ryan Reynolds, when suddenly I heard the galloping of my father's horse, Philippe. Do some noise with me. Make some noise. Something. There we go. It makes it interactive. I'm required. You see, my father had left for the fair earlier that day, and now he returned his horse. My father no longer in the saddle. Nice. It was really surprising considering that this was necessary to move the story along. We had to do it. I jumped in the horse's face, grabbed him by the muzzle, and shouted, "Philippe, where is Papa? Is he in some kind of trouble?" You see, I asked the horse this aggressively, like he was some sort of television horse who could understand and respond in English. But he wasn't. He's a horse. Yeah. So I just mounted Philippe and shouted, "Take me to Papa, quickly!" And away we galloped. There we go. There we go. Following cues. And then we slowed down. Or stopped, I guess. We went deep, deep into the dark forest. It was dark. It was scary. It was like going to a Waffle House at 3 a.m. on Tuesday. Suddenly we came upon a clearing, and out of the mist arose an enchanted mansion. Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. I dismounted Philippe and sent him on his way. Good try, not too late. I knew who lived in this mansion. It was the hideous, the horrible, the hairy, the Wolverbeast! I love you, Wolvie.
I know. Come on, we gotta go.
No, we're gonna take a picture. Make this a big thing. This is a special moment. Pose like it's prom.
You get one picture.
You want a pretzel?
No, come on, let's go.
Hey, Wolvie. This is not for me. All right? This is for all the kids out there, especially the one kid who participated really well earlier. Yeah, that's him.
All right, I see the kid. Fine. I'm not doing this for you, though.
Great.
I'm doing this for you, kid.
You're welcome.
Okay, God.
Sit down. Beautiful. I'll take my seat.
Get up!
Try.
Okay. Belle.
Beautypool.
I'm not gonna say Beautypool.
You have to. It's the contract.
Get off me. Beautypool does a little B&E and meets a bunch of weirdos who are furniture and dishes.
And cutlery. It's important you cover them all. They have a musical number partway through.
Then the real hero shows up, the Beast.
The Wolverbeast. Would you stick with the parody I set out here, boy?
Okay, Pool Boy over here makes a mess of things as usual. Then it's up to Wolverine to save the day. Blah, blah, blah. I slice up some bad guys while Beauty Queen over here stands in the corner making a bunch of stupid jokes with outdated cultural references.
My jokes are not outdated. They are modern, they are hilarious, and they are not going anywhere, just like Splash Mountain. Wolvie, you were taking this whole thing south, man. You haven't mentioned the best parts of the story. There's Mrs. Potts and her wonderful son Chip, Lumiere, Cogsworth, and of course my favorite, Chef Boosh. Yeah, who's Chef Boosh? Nobody knows. It's the stove. Don't cheer when you don't know. And you! With you, I expected a few bars of tale as old as time.
Hey, I said no musical theater.
Oh, that's a pity. If you were a showman, you'd be the greatest.
I don't know what that means.
That kid got the joke. Now, this whole thing, you're just ruining it, Wolvie. Let's wrap it up for everybody. The moral of the story is don't open the door to strangers. That's right. They might be an evil witch who's going to enchant you, your guests, and all your furniture just for not letting them inside. Yeah, this is a weird story, huh? I'm sure all the other Disney tales are much happier. Hey, Wolvie, we're gonna go ahead and let you finish it up. Say the magic words.
Don't touch me. What magic words?
You know, the way that all of the best Disney stories end. And don't any of you say a post-credit scene, all right? Those are way overused and specifically for the Feige universe, the FCU. You know, I could probably afford to take a letter out of
I'm out of here.
No. All right, well, hey, everybody, for what it's worth, they all lived happily ever after. There we go. You went too fast on the cue there. You gotta say it with the group. It's fine. Thank you all so much. You were wonderful. I'll see you all again in a few hours. Take care. Stay cool out there. All right, bye now.
My phone's about to explode.
He's high-fiving the people over there. Hi there, everybody. Oh, there's so much love here. I don't know any of you on that kind of level, so I'm not going to say it. Everybody having a wonderful day? Very good. Are we staying cool? Me neither. This suit is hot. So hot. All right, well, everybody I'm sure is excited for another wonderful story time with Deadpool. I want to know what your favorite story is. Everybody shout it out. Read a book, people. No, Little Women, there we go. There we go. You're the first person today not to say something in the Feige universe. All right, we are going to do my personal favorite story here. This story is a beloved bedtime classic, and it was mashed together with a very profitable licensing agreement. That's right, this story is Cinderpool. Thank you, I know. Once upon a time, you know, it just doesn't feel right when I do that with myself. We should all say those magical words together. Ready? Once upon a time. That was so much better than the first show. So much better. Cinderpool lived in a big mansion with his step professor and step mutants. The biggest of those step mutants, Colossus, was always making up silly rules around the house, like make sure you close the window while the air conditioner is on, and for the love of Feige, stop Donald ducking around the house, put some pants on. What is wrong with you? Anyway, the other step mutant, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, was always texting and rolling her eyes. She was so Gen Z. Both of those step mutants were very jealous of Cinderpool because Cinderpool had a much, much larger fan base than them. One day, an expendable, non-union extra went running in front of the mansion screaming King Thanos was going to have the biggest battle of Phase 3. And we all know that was the last important phase. Cinderpool desperately wanted to go to the battle, but Colossus said,
"No. It is too dangerous, and you are not a good part of the team."
Well, you are loving that impression over here. That's great. Then he rips apart Cinderpool's costume, and Negasonic blasts it with her powers. It was so cool, so Gen Z, so on fleek, no cap, Sigma, Skibbity, Ohio. I don't know what those words mean. Cinderpool was distraught, vulnerable and exposed as he stumbled out onto the mansion grounds, weeping, desperately trying to get that Oscar. But then he looked up and saw, beginning to form, a magical golden sparkle circle. And out of that sparkle circle stepped his very hairy god mutant, Wolverine. Step through the portal, Wolvie. Yes! Oh, Wolvie, they love you. Oh, fairy god mutant Wolverine. I desperately want to go to the big battle, but my evil step mutants destroyed my costume.
Shut up!
He said lovingly.
What?
I'm telling a story for that kid in particular. Yeah, it's so loud here, okay? You need to be my fairy god mutant and fix it. Fix my costume. Do some magic.
Just get another costume then, and stop writing me into these stories.
Wow, with that sage and somewhat Australian life advice, Cinderpool ran to the wardrobe department, grabbed a new, freshly laundered costume, and headed to the big battle. He was late because he stopped for some chimichangas at the local 7-Eleven all along the way. That's right, but 7-Eleven doesn't sell chimichangas anymore, so he had to go to 3 other gas stations, Circle K. Anyway, when he got there, the Avengers were winning. Captain America looked so good in those pants. He looked for his fairy god mutant Wolverine, who was...
I'm going to Pim's.
You know what? It's fine. Disney didn't own the rights to him at this point anyway. Cinderpool surveyed the battlefield and noticed, right there on the stairs of the alien spaceship, a single glove. He went over and picked that glove up, gave this child a high five. There it is. It was beautiful. Gold encrusted with colorful jewels. There were 6 of them, not that that matters. I wonder who this fits, Cinderpool said, and then put it on. After some buzzing, whirring, and clicking, it was a perfect fit. But then all the Avengers look over and just start screaming. They're yelling, "No, Cinderpool, take it off. Other people want to make the sacrifice. Whatever you do, do not snap." So you know what Cinderpool does. Cinderpool snaps. Both physically and mentally, he does it all the time. Just kept snapping too. People are disappearing and reappearing. There's dogs falling out of the sky. Tony Stark said, "I love you" 3,000 times. Thor's still crying, I don't know why. But eventually Cinderpool stopped. Everybody was back. Cinderpool had saved the universe. Then all the Avengers tackle Cinderpool to the ground, rip the glove off of his hand, blah, blah, blah. Years later, they remake the film. Guess what? Tony Stark's head gets AI'd onto my beautiful body, so he gets to be the hero, and it goes on to become the most profitable film in the Feige universe, the FCU. Probably. But it's okay, because Cinderpool went on to start his own film franchise, which breaks box office records. And then they had to invite Cinderpool back to the Avengers Endgame 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real story of the Endgame. Did that start as a Cinderella riff? It's fine, we all enjoyed the journey. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna head backstage and get on the internet some more because it's just so hot. You all were wonderful. Thank you for joining me for Storytime with Deadpool.